Welcome to Idea TV News at 9. I am Mary Ojumajo. We begin with the headlines. INEC tightens voter registration to block multiple entries. SOKOTO unveils fresh security strategy to tackle banditry. Governor Umba signs ENUGU 2026 budget targets 870 billion internally generated revenue. Côte d'Ivoire plans major expansion of natural rubber production. And away from Africa, North Korea unveils images of first nuclear-powered submarine. In business, OGUN government hails OGSTEP for driving economic transformation. In health, OSUN PhD workers TBAS trained on proper diagnostic practice. And finally, in sport, Tanzanian coach praises reform. Tanzania coach praises performance despite loss to Nigeria. Now the news in full. The Independent National Electoral Commission says it is strengthening safeguards to prevent multiple and illegal registration in Nigeria. Continues voters registration exercise. Speaking in Sokoto on Tuesday, the state resident Electoral Commissioner Umar Yusuf said INEC is tightening verification to protect the credibility of the voters' register. He said the Commission is working closely with the judiciary to validate age declaration and with the Nigerian Immigration Service to confirm citizenship, especially in broader communities, ensuring that only eligible Nigerians aged 18 and above are registered. Gamba added that over 162,000 new voters were recorded in Sokoto during the first phase of the exercise, ranking the state third nationwide. He also called for a special electoral officer tribunal, saying stronger enforcement is key to building public trust in the electoral process. The Sokoto state government has announced new measures to intensify the fight against banditry as Governor Ahmed Aliyu unveiled fresh security initiative during the State Executive Council meeting held on Wednesday yesterday. The governor said the strategy focuses on stronger intelligence gathering and closer coordination with security agencies building on existing efforts, already recording gains across the 13 affected local government areas. He added that his administration continues to provide logistics and operational support to security forces to improve their effectiveness. Governor Ali urged residents to cooperate by sharing timely information, stressing that public support is vital to ending insecurity. He also commended council members for their contributions and congratulated newly appointed officials, urging them to support the administration's 9-point smart innovative agenda. Moving forward, Enugu State Governor Peter Mba has signed the 2026 appropriation bill into law following its passage by the State House of Assembly on Wednesday yesterday. The budget, which took immediate effect, is aimed at accelerating reforms and development across the state, with a strong focus on accountability, transparency, and value for money. Governor Mbas said the 2026 budget targets an ambitious 870 billion naira in internal generated revenue, describing it as a realistic and achievable through discipline, creativity, and hard work. He said Enugu has grown its revenues significantly in recent years and is working towards a future where the state can function with maximal reliance on federal allocation. The governor urged public officials to intensify efforts, noting that the target requires consistent daily productivity. Speaking of the House, Mr. Uchenna said the early collaboration between the legislature and executive ensured a smooth process, adding that residents should expect major investment in infrastructure, transport, education, and agriculture in 2026. Moving forward, Côte d'Ivoire has announced plans to expand its natural rubber plantation by an additional 500,000 hectares over the next 10 years. The plan was disclosed on Saturday during the General Assembly of the Association of Producers for the Revitalization of Rubber Farming as the government moves to strengthen its position in the global rubber market. The expansion targets rising international demand for natural rubber, with producers being reorganized through new cooperatives and technical training in tapping and planting. The sector already plays a major role in the economy, with rubber exports more than doubling between 2019 and 2023, making it the country's second largest agricultural export after cocoa. Authorities said the strategy will also export industrial growth, including bioenergy and biofuel projects that uses rubber byproducts, creating new income streams for farmers while reinforcing CÔTE's long-term agriculture and energy ambition. We'll go on a quick break now. When we return, we're sure to give you the rest of the news.
Number 6. Digital twins for cities and industries. Digital twins, real-time virtual replicas of physical systems, are expanding fast. Singapore has already built a national digital twin to simulate urban planning, monitor traffic, and manage energy use. In manufacturing, companies like Siemens and GE use digital twins to model factories and machines, cutting downtime and improving efficiency. During the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, organizers tested digital twin technology to manage crowd flow and logistics. Analysts at Deloitte predict that by 2026, nearly 70% of large industrial companies will use digital twins in some form, making them a core part of operations.
Welcome back. If you're just joining, this is Idea TV News at 9. Now the rest of the news. North Korea has released new images showing what is said it's its first nuclear-powered submarine, with leader Kim Jong-un inspecting the vessel at indoor construction facility on Thursday. State media says that the submarine, which has not yet been launched, has a displacement of about 8,700 tons, placing it in same category as advanced nuclear submarine operated by major world power. Pyongyang says the project is part of the long-term defense strategy first announced in 2021, aimed at strengthening what is called its offensive deterrent. Nuclear-powered submarine can remain underwater for extended periods, move faster and operate more quietly than diesel-powered vessels, giving them major strategic value. The development comes on rising regional tensions after South Korea received approval from the United States to pressure its own nuclear-powered submarine. Analysts said South Korean move reflects an accelerating arms race on the Korean peninsula, even as experts note that Pyongyang's naval capacities still lag behind those of South Korea and other advanced militaries. In health, primary health care workers and traditional birth attendants, federal constituency of OSUN State have received training on the importance of proper diagnostic investigation before treatment. The capacity building conference held today brought together over 200 participants, including nurses, doctors, and trained medical birth attendants. Adeyemi, who said the initiative was designed to come quickly and improve healthcare delivery by strengthening knowledge of professional limits and modern diagnostic standards. He noted that access to quality diagnostic service in the area had also been expanded through centers established in Arike and Apomo. A resource person at the event, Dr. Samuel, stressed that diagnostic investigation quite guide most medical decisions and should never be ignored, while participants called for continual refreshing training and stronger regulation to protect patients and improve outcomes. And now in business. The Ogun State government has praised the Ogun State Economic Transformation Project, OGSTEP, for strengthening key sector of the state's economy. The head of service candidate gave the commendation today in Abeokuta while receiving the project's management team during a farewell visit. He described OGSTEP as a bold and visionary intervention that has revitalize the state's development pillars including education and skills, agriculture and food security, health infrastructure, land management and ease of doing business. He also commended Governor Dapo Abiodun for supporting reforms in agriculture and land administration, including the establishment of the Ogun State Agricultural Land Management Agency. Onisa Yang urged the project team to sustain its impact through strong monitoring and evaluation, stressing that the gain must not be allowed to fade. The project coordinator said the visit was to appreciate the state government's support, noting that OGSTEP has recorded significant achievements since its implementation began in 2020. And finally, in sport, Tanzania's head coach, Mugul, says his team performed better than expected, despite a 2-1 defeat to the African Cup of Nations group match. It was Tanzania's third appearance at the tournament as they continued the search for the first ever AFCON victory. Nigeria took the lead through Semi Ajayi before Charles equalized early in the second half. Ademola Lookman later restored Nigerians' advantage, stealing the win. Tanzania pushed for a late equalizer but could not break through. Their tactical plan well and limited Nigerian largely to moments of individual brilliance. The TFL Stars now turn their focus to Saturday's clash against Uganda before closing their group campaign against Tunisia next Tuesday. And that's all we have for you on Nigeria TV News at 9. But before we go, here is a recap of the headlines. INEC tightens voter registration to block multiple entries. SOKOTO unveils fresh security strategy to tackle banditry. Governor Mba signs ENUGU 2026 budget targets 870 billion internal generated revenue. Côte d'Ivoire plans major expansion of natural rubber production. And away from Africa, North Korea unveils images of first nuclear-powered submarine. In business, OGUN government hails OGSTEP for driving economic transformation. In health, OSUN PHC workers TBAS trained on proper diagnostic practice. And finally, in sport, Tanzania coach praises performance despite loss to Nigeria. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms at IGI Television. I am Mary Ojimajo. Thanks for watching.